चेक करो क्या करना हो रही है। कर दो। So today is I think meeting going to be disable कर दें 17th. So देखिए I hope that we have started with the electrostatic potential है ना बेटे चेक करिए एक बार बेटा last topic we have completed is electric I hope it is electric potential due to a arbitrary point charge or so. Have we completed electric field intensity at any point on the axial line of a ring? I so I think that we have not done, na? So that's quite important, Beta. First of all, we will be focusing upon that only, that electric field intensity beta, at any point on the axis of a uniformly charged ring beta. Let's beta, uh, all are muted. Let us beta begin with electric field at any point on the axis of a uniformly charged ring bitting. So this by chance we missed last time, I think. Now beta, regarding this uniformly charged ring, dear children, imagine that beta we have this type of ring, and this ring is given some charge which is say Q. Say Q is the total charge which we are distributing uniformly on the surface with it, and this is all being uniformly distributed with it. Imagine furthermore that the area, or furthermore with it, accept area rather, if we talk about any element on this ring, we may be considering some element A, B. Imagine the length of this element beta 2B. This is the length, say DL beta. Small length, because it is the small element, it must be carrying a small amount of charge dq on it. Q being the total charge distributed, and dq it is the charge available with the small element. And furthermore, we imagine that small a, this is the radius of this particular ring beta, uniformly charged ring rather. And imagine that x is the distance of the observation point lying on the axis. Because whenever we talk about the line passing through the center and extended both ways, this is called axis. And imagine here we have a point P where we intend to calculate electric field intensity due to this small element beta. Now beta, if this is right angle, then this side we can regard it to be equal to your a square plus x square all under the root beta. And furthermore beta, we imagine that beta, this is the small electric field dE due to this small element AB beta. Clear beta? Then beta, furthermore, you can imagine that this is angle theta. And if this angle is theta, dear, then obviously we can say that this angle will also be theta on the basis of your geometrical properties you have studied in your old classes. Now, before I begin with the detailed discussion of the electric field intensity and all that, imagine that between lambda, this is the linear charge density of this particular ring between, and it is equal to then beta for this small element, this is dq upon dl beta, small amount of charge divided by the small length, that is charge per unit length. If you hope to calculate for the whole ring, it will be q over 2 pi a. 2 pi a is the length of this whole ring, so it will be q over 2 pi a. At that point we have discussed in the case of a simple ring in the beginning beta. Now here you may proceed with the calculation of dq. dq will be lambda into dl as such beta. Now, this small element, it will have the electric field at this observation point directed in this sense or in this direction. Now, here we can split this dE into the rectangular components after considering it to be a vector quantity. Although it is a vector quantity, no need to consider rather. So, here this component, this is with a dE sine theta component, and beta dear children, this is your dE cos theta component. Exactly diametrically opposite element can be chosen at the bottom, and this element will be exactly identical to this one, and due to this beta, we can say that here we may be having at point P this type of electric field once again, all the other particulars being same, that is theta is same, dl is same, dq is same, q is same, lambda is same. So it will obviously be dE beta. Again, it can be resolved into two rectangular components with considering these angles as d theta. So dear children, dear students, rather this is your dE and sine theta beta, and here it will be your dE and cos of angle theta beta. This is the representation of the electric field intensity at any point on the axis of the ring. Now beta, you can imagine that this is the whole ring, and these all components are being added up, but beta these components, dE sine theta components whole along the given circumference of the ring at this point P, they will cancel out with each other in pairs. And dear children, your net value of electric field intensity E net, that will be equal to beta the integral, or you can say to be the summation also beta, integral dE cos theta beta. This can be managed. Now, dear students, we have not so far calculated this dE. dE in terms of magnitude at that point, observation point, this is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into dq, because dq is the charge available on this element beta, divided by this this distance is r, this is r square. This is in terms of magnitude. And if I want to add the direction, I will add the vector over here and r cap at this point. And here I am feeling no need to do that because we will be doing it in the end beta. So, dear children, because dE is same, whether you consider the point above or below, diametrically opposite ends. So dE sine theta, this component and this component beta, these are going to cancel out each other's effect. And as a result of that, net field intensity we will be getting here beta. So your net field intensity, this is integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, dear children, dq. This is lambda into dl. We will substitute it lambda into dl, and you can see small r. This is a square plus r square under the root whole. So it will be square root of a square plus x square, rather not r square beta, complete square root and square. And we take cosine of angle theta. This is now left. This term, this needs to be substituted, and this for this we need this triangle. This point center, this point, and this point P. You can well see cos of angle theta base over hypotenuse, and it will be between your, let me write it in the next step, otherwise our diagram will become hodgepodge. E net electric field intensity, let me take the constants out of the integral. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, rather lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught, integral dl upon a square plus x square, square and square root getting cancelled beta. Beta cos theta, this is equal to your x upon square root of a square plus x square beta. So this is the electric field intensity at that point beta. Now all the other parameters can be managed out of the integral as we have managed these parameters. A is constant, x is constant beta. After combining these two terms, it can also be taken out of the integral. So dear all, I will have with me this to be equal to lambda upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and this is further 1 upon a square plus x square power beta 3 by 2. Why 3 by 2? 1 power is here and half power is here. And furthermore, beta, we get x into dl. X is again constant, it is taken out of the integral, and this is your dl. Now, beta, what is the integral of dl equal to? 2 pi a. Nice, beta, good. So I can write or substitute this value beta. Lambda upon 4 pi epsilon naught x, this is a square plus x square power beta 3 by 2, and integral of dl, this is your beta 2 pi into a. For the complete ring Q, this is beta the charge distributed over the whole ring, and I can say that Q is equal to lambda into 2 pi a beta. This can be managed. And if it is so, then beta, I may write this expression in this manner beta. See this electric field intensity E, this is lambda, we have adjusted with this 2 pi a. Let us combine these two terms, not write lambda over here. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and this is Q upon a square plus x square beta power 3 by 2, and this combined will have, this has given you Q, x is beta as such. So this is the magnitude of the electric field intensity, and the direction we have over here indicated in the diagram itself, that it is along the axis directed away from the ring. Now, furthermore, beta, here sometimes special situations arise that if our observation point is at the center and if it is at very, very, very large distance. These are the two special cases we are having with us beta. First is point P at the center of the ring beta. When we talk about the center of the ring beta, which parameter will become 0? X. This distance will become 0 if you shift this P point up to the center. And if x is 0, everything is 0 because it is getting multiplied by x beta. So we will say that here electric field intensity, this is obviously 0. And the other case is beta still very, very important. And let me have that also discussed beta. Second special case beta. Let us have its discussion. Second case. When the point P is far away, we are taking point P at a very, very large distance. In that case, beta, your x will be far, far greater than a. Imagine the situation, beta dear, as we are present in this room and I am having a ring with me. and the center of the ring is with me. And if we take the observation point at 20 meters distance, 50 meters distance from this point, being the ring of this dimension only, then obviously your x is going to be far, 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 far more than the radius. And on this basis, we can neglect this A. A can be neglected, and we will have electric field intensity beta. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q upon beta A is gone. This is x as such. X square power 3 by 2 is x cube beta. And if it is so, one power will get adjusted, and beta we will be having that E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon x square. Beta, if you focus upon this expression, this formula, it appears to be identical to the formula when we talk about the electric field at any point due to a single point charge. So this over here, it will mean that beta, when we take the observation point at a far, far, far distance, the whole ring will behave like a point charge. Imagine we are having the ring of this size and observation point is at a very large distance. Then this whole ring, it will behave like a single point charge for that distance observation point. So I hope it is clear, bete. It's all clear. Then in our revision part, as per our previous discussions, we started with the electric potential, and I'm quite hopeful that you have discussed the electric potential at any observation point due to a given point charge. Now, one other important article is still with us, that is to find the electric potential at any point due to a electric dipole, in an electric dipole rather. So electric potential at a point due to an electric dipole. Consider an electric dipole as we were discussing it in the case of the electric field intensity and all that. Imagine this is the electric dipole available with me, this one and these say these are your minus q charge and plus q charge, and these are separated as we were taking the distance to be equal to 2L. This distance must be L and this distance must be again L, because total distance we generally take it as 2L or 2A or 2X just in order to avoid the fractions that unnecessarily will appear otherwise. So this is your electric dipole, and you can mark these points as A and B and from here you can say that this is the observation point P at which we intend to calculate the electric potential, not field this time electric potential we are talking about and imagine that this distance is equal to R from the center of the electric dipole. Then if I calculate the electric potential at point P due to this negative charge this distance it is not same as that of R. I will mark this as R1. Let us say that this distance is R1. Electric potential, as we have discussed in our previous discussions, that it is a scalar quantity. Electric potential P, it is a scalar quantity and at this point P, electric potential due to this charge and due to this charge it will automatically get then added up. And here is your this distance, say R2 this way. We need to calculate furthermore electric potential at point P due to the two charges, that is negative as well as the positive charges. So these were our charges present over here, And let us further say that if we calculate the electric potential at point P, we may mark the potential due to this negative charge as V1 because we have termed it as Q negative, and due to this Q positive, let it be with a V2. Or I will say that net potential will be V1 plus V2. Now our basic point is to calculate V1 and V2 beta. Now beta, in order to calculate V1, imagine I extend this line in this manner beta, this way. Furthermore, if I drop perpendicular from this point A on this line which is passing through the center in this manner, let us imagine that this is the normal. This is the perpendicular drop with it, and you can mark this as a point L. You can see this small triangle A, O, and L. A, O, and L beta. In this, this is the base. This is the right angled triangle. This angle can be treated as angle theta. Obviously, this will also be theta beta. Then in this triangle base, this is the base, this is the hypotenuse L, this is equal to cosine of angle theta beta, base is your OL, and OA, this is your hypotenuse, this is cos of angle theta, and beta OL is equal to OA cos theta, and OL is OA beta is your L, and it is L cos theta. I mean to say that beta, this part, this is L cos theta. Now, focus upon this charge plus Q. If I drop the normal over here, then with this distance, obviously on the same discussion, this distance I'm talking about, it will also be equal to beta L cos theta beta. Now beta, let us calculate first of all V1 and then V2 beta. Beta V1 will be equal to your Q negative over 4 pi epsilon naught into R1. This is the formula for the electric potential. R1 beta C, R1, this is R1. We can replace this R1 by R plus L cos theta. This is this angle at the center is very small. This is isosceles triangle, two sides being equal. So this R1, dear children, it will be equal to R plus L cos of angle theta beta. So I can put this over here. So dear students, it will be minus Q1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. In place of R1 beta, I will have your R plus L cos theta beta. And beta, obviously due to this positive charge, see beta here, this distance will get subtracted beta. This is R2 and this will be your R minus this distance. So this is equal to beta, this is not Q1 but simply Q. This is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This is R minus L cos theta beta. We are simply to add these two beta, and let us do so. Let us add these two beta. So on adding these two, I will get that electric potential V. इसमें बेटे जो भी चीज कॉमन ली जा सकती है, we will be managing that. It is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. I can take it as common. It is available in this term as well as in this term. And see beta, please focus. R minus L cos theta. This is small value. R plus L cos theta is large in comparison to this. So this term is small. V2 is large because its denominator is small. So beta, I can write it as 1 upon R minus L cos theta minus 1 upon R plus L cos theta. This way. So let us rearrange. नेगेटिव वाला डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा है और ये नेगेटिव साइन ड्यू टू दिस, अदरवाइज वी आर टू ऐड दीस. This is the negative sign with the charge itself. That is why it is appearing in the expression. So let us focus upon this calculation further. It is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, and here beta I will have a plus b into a minus b, r square l square cos square theta. It is r plus l and cos of angle theta minus r minus l into cos of angle theta. Let us rearrange. So we will have q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This is between r plus l cos theta minus r plus l cos theta dear, and it is r square minus l square and cos square theta. It is there beta. So see, r is getting cancelled beta, and if r is beta getting cancelled, let us proceed with further calculation regarding these terms beta. Let us focus. I am left with V now beta to be equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This is as such. Beta C L cos theta plus L cos theta will be 2L cos theta beta. So I have 2L cos of angle theta divided by R square minus L square cos square theta beta. R square L square cos square theta. And again beta you can see this is Q and this is your 2L. This must be appearing as a same term to you. This is cos of angle theta and 4 pi epsilon naught r square L square cos square theta, and this is equal to your very nice. Okay? It is your electric dipole moment P cos theta upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square minus L square cos square theta. So is your expression beta, and here you can discuss the special cases also beta. If you say that your observation point is on the axial line, you can see your diagram on your notebook. Theta will become 0 when the point P is on the axial line. Let me conclude these points also beta, otherwise it will be incomplete discussion, dear children. If point P lies on axial line of your electric dipole, theta will become 0. You can see on your notebook here I have drawn this diagram, and we take cos of 0, this is equal to 1, and substitute over here, V will be equal to P divided by this cos 0 is 1, 4 pi epsilon naught, this is R square minus L square. Clear beta? Dear, again, sub-special case of this special case. If the observation point is at a very large distance in comparison to the size of the dipole, or this is far more than L beta, we can neglect this L square then. And your V will be P upon 4 pi epsilon naught and beta R square. Now beta see the difference putter. Here the potential is inversely dependent upon this square. This is due to the two charges dipole. If we have this dipole, see this power 2. If it is single charge, power is 1 due to the single point charge. When we discussed the electric potential at any point due to a single charge, that was 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon single R, no power 2 or so. Here, when we are treating it as a dipole, here automatically square will appear. And if we have it on the equatorial line beta, second point is beta, P is on equatorial line. You can see your diagram, theta will become 90 exactly beta. है ना बेटे? And cos of 90, that will be beta 0. Simply substitute cos of 90 over here. It will make everything 0. Your electric potential at that point will become beta 0. So this is beta all small sub-special cases related to your discussion about the electric potential at a point due to the dipole. Any doubt beta in this all? Clear? Okay then, beta, let us proceed further with the case of our beta electric electrostatic shielding. Rather, before that, a conductor placed in an electric field and related with a topics. So let us have beta the concept of electrostatic shielding beta. Electrostatic shielding beta, basically this is the case related to your beta discussion of a conductor placed in an electric field. Beta, let us talk about that. Conductor placed in a uniform electric field. Beta, you can imagine that we have these two plates. This is having positive charge on it, beta, and here we have another plate, and this is having some negative charge on it, beta. Electric lines of force, dear children, these run from positive charge towards the negative charge. This is the electric field existing. You can remember, you can put pressure on your mind when we discussed the case of electric field due to a sheet, and secondly we discussed that the sheet is having some thickness. That is again the third case was that we are having two sheets and all that. Now imagine that beta, in the interior I placed a conductor, a hollow spherical shell, a hollow sphere, you can see hollow conducting hollow metallic sphere. Now beta, special thing about this hollow conductor is that it is having large number of free electrons available in it, beta. When we will be inserting it into this electric field in between these two sheets, beta, free electrons on account of having negative charge, they will be attracted by this positive charge at the top, beta. Electrons will appear on this face, and the positive charges, they will appear on the lower face, beta. Now beta, imagine what is happening inside this conductor. External electric field was equal to E naught. We have marked it as E naught due to these plates. Now these are the charges induced on the surface of the conductor, and here electric field is in the opposite direction. This is also equal to E naught. And dear children, net electric field inside the conductor, beta, that will be equal to E naught minus E naught. This is equal to 0. So electric field inside the conductor will become 0, and this region of space is free from electric field, beta. So beta, the method or the way by which we can protect some of the delicate devices, delicate instruments, some very special instruments against the external electric and magnetic fields, we simply put them these devices into the hollow conductors, and hollow conductors are inserted into the given electric field, beta. No, so beta, in this manner you can see that when sometimes CBSE asks you a question that beta, during the lightning, is it to sit inside a car safe or to stand under a tree? It is safe. If we compare the two situations with the outer surface of the car on account of having the metallic case, that will behave just like this conductor, and in the interior of the car, electric field will be 0 and the person will be safe, beta. And one thing more, beta, if I further try to relate this with the E vector dot ds vector is 1 by epsilon naught times q, beta, closed line integral. This was our Gauss's theorem, beta. Now dear children, inside the conductor electric field is equal to 0. This field net is 0, and if net is 0, charge inside the conductor will also be 0, inside the conductor we have no charge. Then where the charge is? The charge will reside on the outer surface of the conductor. So in this manner, because no charge is available inside the conductor, no field is available inside the conductor, every particular type of machine, however sensitive it may be, it will remain absolutely protected against the external electric fields as such. So this type of technique by which we can protect some of the delicate devices against the external electric field, this is called your electrostatic shielding. Basically means that we are to protect some region of space against some external electric fields. So dear children, after this I will be directly focusing upon the dielectrics. That what do we mean by the term dielectrics? There are other properties of the conductors also, and you obviously can relate those properties also. For example, a small property I am remembering over here, E is equal to minus dV upon dr. Something like this we have discussed in our previous discussions with us. Electric field intensity is equal to negative of the potential gradient. We might have discussed it either V over L or dV by d or whatever it is. Now you can imagine inside this conductor, electric field to hai nahi, it is equal to 0. It will mean dear dV by dr, it is also 0 beta. Shift this dr to the other side, dV is 0. Now dear integrate this. Integrating we will get V is equal to constant, meaning thereby inside the conductor electric potential will remain constant beta. So in this manner we can relate the properties one with the other, taking into account these small parameters. Now let us focus upon dielectrics What are dielectrics and how these dielectrics are helpful to us. So let us focus upon dielectrics. So dear children, bell has gone. The rest of the things we will be discussing tomorrow. So dear, best of luck from my side. Tomorrow I will finish this chapter. Thank you all.